Dustin Poirier tweeted, he said, "Welcome to the big leagues, Paddy Pimblett. One up for the legends." Right. What do you think about just like you carry? How much pride do you?
We're up 3. He beat BSD. I beat Fazeev, and I just beat Paddy. We're up 3 right now. Topuria took out Max, so we might be 3-1. But I'm going to try to avenge that one.
There's a lot of speculations going on. Oh, is Conor going to come back? Is John going to fight Pereira? What Dana is kind of, is not uncertain about. But I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair competitively, especially in the performance that he puts, like, why wouldn't you? Right. In the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilia, beat him at the White House while being an American. Now, will that happen? Fuck.
So Ilia is laughing now because they have a dirty boxing, really, They just fighting hard, but there is no good technique. But Ilia will be left now because Ilia has such a high level boxing.
Not only did Justin Gaethje's interim to the division, but it also identified his next target. Ilia Topuria moved forward.
So here we are with 2 absolute killers calling each other out at the exact same time. When elite fighters at this level are simultaneously demanding the same fight, this goes way beyond typical promotional noise. This is destiny calling, and there's no avoiding what comes next.
But I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. It should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, being fair.
Although Justin admitted that he sustained significant injuries and would require time to heal,
the timing couldn't be more complicated, though. One fighter's already locked into something much bigger and made it crystal clear that competing on a June card means everything to him right now. Opportunities like this don't come around often, and only something catastrophic could derail those plans.
Sure, the adrenaline's still flowing a little bit, but do you have an update on physically, how you feel? Are you going to need some time off? Is there possibly anything broken after?
I definitely need some time off. He fucking rocked my brain a couple times, and the only thing we have over the more dangerous sports, which is boxing and football, is we get to take time. And so I will do that, but the White House is in June, and, I represent this country. I represented it tonight, and I hope to be, obviously, look at the position and the opportunity they just gave me here. There's no way they're keeping me off that card unless I'm dead.
When the topic of a potential White House matchup with Ilia came up, Justin remained true to himself and refused to exaggerate it, but he recognized its potential size even in the...
When it comes to pure excitement factor, the matchup writes itself. You've got that explosive finishing ability, meeting calculated aggression in a style clash that promises fireworks. Plus, there's that added pressure of having championship gold hanging in the balance, which changes everything about how each man approaches this war.
Given how popular Ilia's become and just the method of victory he's had and your style of fighting, and add those two to the White House, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
If I had any bit of a personality, it'd be fucking huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. It's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But, there's no doubt it'll be the best, one of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7, whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt on there.
The callouts started flying when one fighter went straight for the throat, mocking his rival for struggling against an aging opponent while cashing the biggest check of his career. Then he shifted gears completely to guarantee he'd seal the deal before delivering a brutal promise of what's coming.
No matter what comes next, just
taking on this level of opponent won't be a walk in the park, but the confidence remains unshaken. The approach is simple: complete trust and preparation, coaching wisdom, and natural ability. While victory feels destined, there's an honest acknowledgement that control only goes so far, and fate will ultimately decide the outcome.
You are the first two-time interim champion in UFC history. You don't usually get too many second chances, but here you go to a unifier with an undefeated top 3 pound-for-pound fighter. I know he is not Khabib, but what are you taking into this fight with Ilia in terms of lessons and why you're going to make it work this time?
Just got to trust the preparation, trust in my coaches and trust in my skills. I'm here for a reason. I hope it's my destiny, but I don't get to write that, so.
He had a message for champion Ilia Topuria. Justin Gaethje didn't hold back. He shrugged off the hype, the trash talk, and the spotlight, saying he isn't concerned with sending it.
Camp strategy revolves around complete delegation to the coaching staff who handle the heavy lifting. They're breaking down footage, crafting the perfect approach, and drilling it relentlessly in every training session. The fighter's entire mindset centers on flawless preparation and surgical execution. When cage doors close, years of team dedication and sacrifice will speak louder than any trash talk ever could.
Do you have a message for Ilia Topuria if he's watching this?
No. No, I don't give a fuck.
The message will be in the octagon.
I don't give a fuck. I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I won't give him the time of day. I'll, rely on my coach to watch him a lot. I've seen him fight, obviously, but I don't really go back and watch these guys. I really rely on my coach. I watched Patty today. I watched Patty and Chandler today. But I really rely on my coach to create a game plan and instill it into training. And yeah, this is so fast. I have no idea what the fuck's going on right now.
He emphasized there was never a question of motivation, even after.
Through countless battles, one singular goal has provided motivation, championship gold around the waist. This moment represents the perfect opportunity to write the final chapter of an incredible journey.
Be neck and neck. It was either going to be you, Patty, or Armin fighting Ilia. Then obviously the news, Ilia wasn't going to fight early this year. At any point, was it frustrating or just difficult to get that motivation, because it kind of felt like you were right there and now you have to win one more after already going through all the battles? Was that ever difficult to have to get up for one more challenge before that opportunity?
No. I mean, I wanted it to be for a championship. This makes me a champion on paper with the UFC, so I'm very proud of what I accomplished tonight. I'm proud of the opportunity that it's gained me to fight a guy like Ilia. And this is everything I've ever wanted, this chance to write my last chapter. It's going to be special.
Fight analysts are weighing in on this potential war, and Dana White sees this unfolding as an absolute striking clinic. Both men carry devastating power in their hands, and if preparation meets opportunity, fans are guaranteed non-stop action from opening bell to final horn. White expects explosive exchanges the moment they step inside with either man, capable of ending things instantly. When two of the division's most dangerous strikers collide, expect relentless pace, elite technique, and a battle that could steal any entire fight card.
One, and now that it seems that it's going to be Gaethje versus Topuria, it's probably going to be a crazy fight also, most likely striking. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. I think that Ilia hits like a truck, and so does Gaethje, and I think if Gaethje prepares properly and gets ready.
Next up, Demetrius Johnson.
The consensus seems clear that this represents the perfect matchup at the perfect time. There's some question about protecting interim gold versus chasing undisputed glory, but the direction seems obvious. One fighter brings incredible discipline and tactical awareness, backed by serious finishing power. Just look at those signature victories over elite competition. Expect composed striking, solid defense, and careful fight IQ assessment as the battle unfolds, creating a fascinating chess match between two masters.
Fight Ilia Topuria, or he's going to fight Armin Tsarukyan. And I think the right thing is for him to fight Ilia Topuria. But if Ilia Topuria is not ready, I'm not sure if Justin Gaethje wants to defend an interim championship. I think he really wants that undisputed. And hopefully we get Ilia Topuria. Now, when I look forward to Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje, I think Ilia Topuria is just way too disciplined on the feet. I think he has the knockout power. You look what he's done against Charles Oliveira. You look what he's done against Max Holloway. Ilia Topuria is very strategic, disciplined, where he's going to have his hands up. He's going to pot. He's going to get a look at what's going on. I just feel like he's a way cleaner boxer, and he puts his combinations together, 1, 2, 3, nothing overzealous, but a fight's a fight.
As for other contenders, they're mostly stuck, waiting for UFC matchmaking decisions. The ideal scenario has them fighting the winner down the line, but with championship unification likely taking priority, that timeline might get pushed back. Meanwhile, staying sharp means continued media work, grappling improvements, and staying visible until the right opportunity presents itself.
I believe
call of the UFC, meaning that the UFC dictates what's going to be next for Arman Tsarukyan. I think he should fight Justin Gaethje next, but like I said earlier, I think Justin Gaethje might hang on to the undisputed. He might wait for the undisputed opportunity to fight Ilia Topuria. So if that happens, you're going to have Arman Tsarukyan keep going on these wild side quests by doing more media and also doing more grappling, which is fine too. I wish he would get the opportunity to fight Justin Gaethje, and then those guys can decide between Justin Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan if whoever wins can fight.
Multiple experts agree that given the quality of performances both men consistently deliver, this clash could easily headline any major card. Everyone recognizes this as exactly the type of fight that deserves spotlight treatment and could reshape both careers permanently.
I believe with performance like this man has delivered each and every time, I believe Justin and Ilia potentially becomes the headliner for that card.
You're 100% right. And you're 100% right, and it should be. You know, it should be. It should be. If you want to talk about, you know, being fair.
While Justin's performance against Paddy was impressive, fighting
This presents a completely different puzzle to solve. One opponent brings exceptional technical skill, compact frame advantages, and defensive responsibility that eliminates the mistakes previous rivals made available. The game plan requires total adaptation when facing someone who combines defensive awareness with surgical striking precision, making this significantly more complex and dangerous.
You know, especially the performance that he puts, like, why wouldn't you? Right. You know, in the perfect picture, you would want Justin to fight Ilia, beat him at the White House while being an American. Now, will that happen? Fuck. But as much as we're kind of glazing and praising Justin, Ilia is different. Ilia 100%. Is different. And there's one thing, watching that fight with Paddy Pimblett, you can see, one, his head was up, and then two, defensively, like Paddy would do this, like some amateur shit. Bro, like that's, and I'm surprised.
Listen, we all do that. We all do that.
And I'm surprised. And Justin was, and he did hit him, but you could tell Justin was going to the body because he was going over like that overhand. Yeah. That he did nail him, but these are things that when Justin fights Ilia Topuria, it's gonna be different. He's gonna fight a shorter opponent, somebody compact, and somebody that could really keep his freaking hands up, that just understands the finesse of fighting.
Perfect execution deserves recognition, especially for the coaching staff who tailored strategy specifically for that opponent. The fighter doesn't always perform with such precision, but when preparation meets the right opponent and fighting styles align properly, magic happens. Facing this next challenge will demand every ounce of talent, preparation, and heart, while pushing limits to the absolute maximum.
Justin Gaethje did what he wanted to do, but we have to realize now, coaches, Trevor Whitman, Ben, and you know, George, these guys, and Luke, they put together a game plan for the opponent. You really don't see Justin look like that. What did Justin look like that when he fought Faziev? Has Justin looked like that when he fought earlier fights with Barboza? Did he look like that when he fought Cowboy? Did he look like that when he fought in World Series? No. I think it's you shape the game plan based on the opponent and based on whatever they're giving you out there. So I think that's Justin will make those necessary adjustments. But like you said, Ilia is a different monster, so that will be an intriguing.
Both warriors earned massive respect for their cage performances. One fighter applied relentless pressure throughout, nearly finishing his opponent multiple times before claiming interim gold. Meanwhile, the other has built a terrifying knockout record against elite competition, including former champions. History shows that underestimating this level of finishing ability usually ends badly for anyone brave enough to try.
That laid it all on the octagon floor. I thought Justin Gaethje was going to get Paddy Pimblett out of there on multiple occasions, but Paddy would not quit. Paddy Pimblett kept fighting, but I think the pressure that Justin put on him early gave him enough of a lead to become the interim champion. But Ilia Topuria is knocking out the best fighters that we've ever seen in the divisions that he's competing in. Knocked out Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski while he was at featherweight, then goes to 155 and knocks out Charles Oliveira. But Justin Gaethje reminded us tonight that when you overlook him, things have a habit of working out in Justin Gaethje's way.
But Robert Whittaker isn't...
The striking arsenal operates on a completely different level than almost anyone in the division, while grappling and submission skills prove equally sharp with perfect technique and devastating finishing ability. Standard preparation won't be nearly enough, but expectations remain sky high for what could unfold.
Different, more tailored Gaethje when he steps in against Topuria.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up on my boy that quick. Okay, Ilia's, but I'll just lay it out there. Ilia's striking is leagues above everybody.
Yeah,
like just about everybody in the UFC.
Yeah, man.
And the wrestling and jiu-jitsu is there as well.
Mm-hmm.
His timing, his instincts, his instinct to fire off in his counterattacks. He'll make you pay for every step you take. It's a hard fight.
Yeah,
Things
man.
have got to change in Gaethje's camp to make the fight competitive.
Yeah.
Right now, the Gaethje that fought Paddy won't beat Ilia right now.
Yeah.
But that's not saying that we'll see that Gaethje when he fights Ilia. And
Yeah.
maybe that was just the game plan for Paddy to just make it doggy. But
Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more fight breakdowns and analysis.